By connecting to the God in you, right? To continue from what I spoke about earlier, or rather last night, when you connect to the God in you, or rather how you connect to the God in you, the things that interest you, and not that interest you out loud or whatever when you in front of other people, or if you're a person that's just comfortable, sharing your thoughts and your interests with people, that's fine as well. But for the most part, the majority of people don't ever really share, to me, their true interests with others because they don't want to be ridiculed or whatever, ridiculed and teased or talked about and shit. But when you really want to connect to the God in you, that's the way that you go. You go toward whatever it is that interests you, whatever it is that you're interested in. You know, like for me, it was gardening, and then from gardening, painting, and in the midst of that, I was doing yoga. I was studying herbalism, and like, and just living and experiencing life, and experiencing like the lessons and whatnot from each experience, and applying whatever it is that I've learned, from those experiences. And once I started to do that, and not only just hone in on my stuff, but pay attention to how I felt, my energy and shit after spending time with certain people, or after doing certain things, working in certain places or whatever, you know, whatever wasn't for me, whatever didn't make me feel good, I walked away from. And of course, you can't avoid everything, right? But because this is your life and you get to make all of the decisions, you really get to choose what what you're going to walk away from and what you're going to entertain. Like, what? I'm creating my life here, you know? And as I start to do things that my soul is calling me to do, shit gets easier. My nervous system starts to relax. Like, my nervous system, for on some real shit, my nervous system started relaxing, calming, mellowing out so much to where I thought I was having ailments and shit in my body. Like, shit is crazy. I was seeing a gastroenterologist for 4 years, until I, at one point started piecing shit together and was like, okay, every time I feel this way or whatever, I notice that this happens. So let me see if I could kind of control my thoughts. Like, no bullshit. Let me see if I could think of, something different and focus on something different or whatever, and see how it makes me feel. And literally, mindset shift, you know, I focus more on what it is that I know I need to focus on in order for me to take a step closer to whatever goal it is that I have. And within me doing that mindset shift, I immediately started to feel a relief and a calm, where I was feeling the pain and the discomfort, like just crazy. It may sound crazy because to some people it feels selfish. Oh, focus on you. But no, because no matter what, I still have to interact with the world, right? And because I'm interacting with the world, but I'm making sure that I am completely good all over when I interact with the world. Yo, I'm interacting with nothing but love. Nothing but love. And that right there is why you have to focus on yourself. We want the world to be better, right? We want peace. We want, you know, we pe- people were upset about the food stamps or whatever. We work together. There's somebody that grows food, there's somebody that makes clothes. There's someone who does everything that we need. What we need is each other. But before I can give myself to you, in a beneficial way, I got to make sure that I'm good first. Because for any of the people, who once knew me, and not saying like that I was horrible all around, but for people who once knew me, like they knew that at one point I could be hell on wheels, a bitch or like whatever. Whereas once I started to for real check in with me, connect with me, you know, like get a hobby. Get a hobby. Get a hobby. Get a hobby. The hobbies are nothing but honing in and tapping into your interests or whatever. And once you do that, like just more shit comes to you, in ways that you still have to interact with the world. So it's not like you're focusing on you just to only spend time with you. Nah. And this go for the people also that claim that they like being in the house and like being by themselves or whatever. Lies. You're all lying. I need people. People need people, you know? And because I want to be a part of people in a more beneficial way and, in a more positive way, the best way for me to show up as my best self is for me to sit with myself, learn myself, know myself, and for me to make sure that myself is good in every way so that I don't have to stress, complain, worry, like none of that. This is your life, your life. You got the pen. Like, shit getting ready to change. Fuck with it. Roll with me. Rock with me. You ready?